going on, everyone? Gilman with Live Wealthy Stocks, back with another Apple update video, our weekly Apple update where we take a look back at how Apple stock traded this past week, some key support and resistance levels that we're looking out for moving into this upcoming week, and what that could mean for the stock moving forward. So real quick, if you enjoy videos like this, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel if you are new, and comment down below what your thoughts on Apple are, or if you are in Apple, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. So we'll get right into it. Take a look at the actually before we do that, let's take a look at this Apple announcement. One of you guys brought it up in one of the videos, so let's just cover it real quick. It's not anything huge, that's why it's not kind of on my radar for things to watch out for. There could be a surprise, who knows, but they have a hardware announcement for December 18th. This is kind of what they've given us: new product SKUs, new updated product description, new updated product pricing, and the report points out that a similar memo was sent to Apple service providers ahead of iPhone 12's launch in October. Could something be coming? Potentially. So according to Forbes, this article, we could have their AirTags device tracker, which for those of you guys know, that little square tile thing that you can attach to like your backpack, your phone, your keys, and it can kind of track in case you lose anything, or AirPods branded over the ear headphones, and a new Apple TV that ships with a gaming controller. So those are kind of all things that it could be. I don't think any of them, it could be game changing, right? But I don't think that any of them are going to be game changing, because we saw the iPhone 12 come out 2 months ago now. And then we saw the new Macs with the new chips that are made by Apple coming month ago now. Time is weird nowadays with the pandemic, but I think it was about a month ago. So I just wanted to really quickly cover that, and we will go back right to the stock. So let's take a look at the 5-day chart. What we see is a decent sort of move for Apple this week. At the beginning of the week, right, 11/27, which was I think previous Friday, before we were kind of trading in the 116s, and there were 3 channels that we were watching in the 117, 119, and 121.50, trying to break into the 116, which we got here on 11/30th. Which was Monday, right? We pushed up, bounced perfectly off of that 119 channel, dropped to 117, pushed up, broke 119 by a lot, and then ended kind of near the 119 channel. And then after hours in pre-market, we broke into the next level, which is the 121.50, went all the way to 123.47, strong for the day, and then kind of ended pretty high. And then come 12/2, which was Wednesday, excuse me. Again, we went from the 122s open to 123s, and then Thursday we were pretty flat. Apple not doing a whole lot. It was pretty boring to watch, in my opinion. Kind of just hung out around VWAP, right? Dropped a little, came up, ended on a little bit of a red day. And then Friday is where things got kind of interesting, because we bounced off of that 121.50 level, which I had mentioned in one of my previous videos. We could go back to retest that level of support. We did, and then from the top we bounced off of this uptrending sort of line that I've drawn, which I was talking about could be potential point of support, but since we broke below that, it's now a potential point of resistance for us. And then we kind of just hung around VWAP for the rest of the day. So let's take a look at the daily chart and see what we see now. This is the line that I was talking about here, where we bounced off of from the top, not once, almost here, right, once, and then twice. So that's a line that I'm personally watching to see if Apple can kind of make a push towards, right? It's this line, in case you want to draw it out on your own. I started on the bottom of the candle on November 24th, kind of drew it out to also have the bottom of the candle on 11/30th, and then pushing up. So essentially, let's take a look back, right? So we were doing this long periods of lower high, and then I drew this line, and we were doing a lot of consolidation, going sideways, hoping for a breakout. We did get that breakout this week. We went on 12/1, right? We pushed up, and then 4 days of kind of pushing up, and then kind of starting to consolidate again. For like 6 or 7 days before we were making higher highs, higher lows, what we saw was like 6 or 7 days of making lower highs day after day, and then that trend sort of reversed on 11/24, and then we started making higher highs, higher lows other than one of these days. And then Friday is the first day where we made both a lower high and a lower low for the first time. So that's something that I'm watching. Does that trend continue, or is this Apple just taking a break and consolidating? Mainly, I'm looking for us to stay, us being Apple stock, I'm looking for Apple stock to stay above 120, 150. It's a level that we've kind of broken in, tested again this past Friday. So now I think that should hold up as good support, but we will kind of see how the week looks moving forward. If we were to push up, since we've made a lower high than the day before, we've got the high of today at 122.86 to push at, and then we've got the 123.78, which was the high of the day before. And then the next level that we've got is going all the way back to October 13th, which is 125.39. And that should take us all the way back to kind of near that all-time high level that Apple set in early September at 9:03 of 128.84. And then 137, which was the highest point that Apple had ever traded at, so far, not only this year but ever. So make a push towards the high on Friday, 122.86, then the high of the day before, 123.78, then this 125.39 level, 128, 137.98. These are all levels to push for, one by one, levels that I'm watching out for to see if we can hold. On the downside, we've got tons of support, not necessarily saying that it has to hold up. We've got the 20 and the 50-day moving average coming in at 118.72 and 116.71. Again, that 118.72, so the moving average numbers are right there. 118.72 kind of really nicely aligns with our 119 level, and then 116.91 aligns with our 117 level, right? So we've got those horizontal lines at 119 and 117. That should also hold up as good support. But then we've also got the moving averages kind of solidifying the, the strongness of that. We've got the 8 EMA coming in right at, let's see, 120.66. 21 EMA also at that 119 mark at 118.74. 34 EMA at 117.81, 55 at 116.25. So we've got, stacked EMAs, which, as I've talked about, I really like seeing in a stock. Shows me that a stock has a bullish upward trend. And then we've got the 89 EMA perfectly kind of aligning with that 113 line of support that we've drawn at 112.62. 112.62. If we drop and, if we go back all the way, Apple has rarely been under that 89 EMA line this year. So, worst comes to worst, I expect that 112 line to hold. Can break it if we drop a lot. Some crazy event happens, but typically I think that we should hold it. So that's another thing that I'm watching, right, are those EMAs for levels of kind of support down below, as well as this 121, 119, 117, which, as we talked about, kind of aligns with what we're watching. The other thing I'm watching is this line, right? So as we could see, I drew this line on Thursday's video to watch and going into Friday to act as support. It was very clear early on in the day that we broke that. And now we're kind of having that line act as resistance. So as we push up, that line could continue to act as resistance. So if you draw this line on your chart, as well as I showed you earlier in the video, you can kind of watch out for that as well. But yeah, that's all I had for you guys today. I'll keep you guys posted on what I see kind of developing in the stock, whether we push up and kind of hopefully knock out some levels that I talked about, or if we move down and kind of either validate some support points or break some support points. Hopefully it's the first and not the latter, but we'll see. Hope you guys are all having an amazing weekend so far. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. I try to do daily Apple update videos as well as a weekly look back on Apple. Let's remember to be a bit better every single day, and until next time.